Welcome back to the Hawk Insider with Coach Craig Slaughter. I'm Russ Howard, and it's brought to you by Texas Bank. So, Coach, one round down. Tell me, talk to me about Anthony.
Hey, I'm thrilled to have one round down and like all the rounds going forward. It's a funner experience for us, for the kids, for the fans, for everybody. I tell you, hey, round one was definitely different. The band, the cheer, some of the things that you get accustomed to, you take the field it's just a different setting. We were talking on the headset, like, man, the next time we take the field, you'll feel like you're Jones, or Jerry World, just because like, where'd all these people, where'd the noise, it's just, it's amazing how all that stuff adds to that experience and things. Anthony, they played as hard as they could. They just, the game played out, about how we thought it would, you could have done whatever. And our kids, I thought, played sharp, got healthy, got everybody some playing time, and excited for round two.
Yep. So the one thing that stuck, let's, just a couple quick highlights, because obviously there were stats all over the board. 5 picks.
Yes.
Just well done by the pass rush that set up those picks.
It all works together. That kid, we put him under a little pressure. The coverage was pretty stinking tight, most of the night. And we had 5 picks, 1 fumble. 6 turnovers is winning football for sure. Super proud. And again, like a kid like Braylon Nelson that had that pick 6. That kid is had a great year. He's waiting in line for that spotlight to find him a little more, which it will, in the future, and especially, next year. And, getting to see a kid like that, make a play is awesome, because he's an awesome kid. It's a big piece of what we're doing in the future.
And so, again, Landon York, 5 more touchdown passes to 5 different guys.
Yeah.
That was the cool thing. He threw it to 5 different guys. I think it was it 7 guys caught passes, 6 guys, and then 11 guys touched it on the ground.
Yeah, I'm sure there was quite the system running kids in and out of the game there. But no, Landon, again, he's, we hope we have 5 games left, and God, you just love that ball's in his hands and he's making decisions, and we're going to protect him and give him options, and that kid is just an unbelievable year.
Yeah, and then so let's move to something else that we don't really talk about, never had a chance to. So during the game, I noticed the kids with the white helmets, no decals.
Yes.
So I said something on the air, and my buddy who was at the game, watching the game, texted me and said, "That's all the JV players." I said, "Okay."
Yeah.
So, I guess about midway through the 4th quarter, I looked out there in the huddle, and every single guy in that huddle was JV. I just thought that was cool.
Yeah, no. Getting to get those kids any type of playing time, is awesome, because they, like last week, I was proud of them. They did a great job for us, and because that's such a big deal. You go from playing your own game to really you're filling your role of scout, just a scout team guy, and it's nice to reward those guys, and those guys, had a great year. They went 10-0, super proud of that JV bunch, and they're gonna one day, be the kids, the names that in the top level of our program.
Right, and then again, of course, we got to do our obligatory Tyler Clyde Smith reference.
Dude, 11 for 11, and I'm not sure how many touchbacks he had.
It was at least 4, 3,
some
4?
of those on the headset were like, hey, I don't want to touchback, because we want to work on the coverage part, So that dude, 11 for 11. I mean, just a machine. I mean, he's that dude is he's been an amazing weapon. And again, I almost, and I don't know if I should have or not, it was 77-0. We had like a 4th and 5 from the 20-25. On that set we talked about it. I said, hey, should we run the field goal team out like we do at practice? Just sprint them out there, kick it. I just didn't think that it's what the game was required for. But Tyler's definitely, that scoring position gets, he extends that way further than at one time I thought we may this year. If you have 4th and whatever, and I'm just very, very fine if the decision is, hey, TK, go give us a shot at 3.
All right. So again, great game. I mean, I was very impressed by the young I won't say kids, by the younger guys that got playing time. Did a great job out there.
No, I always, our kids are so amazing, and not one time do you see them saying anything, either helping them up, and and I know we're ready for more competition, and the kids they're way more ready than I am. Those kids know when that's a little bigger moment, and I'm excited to watch them this week.
Right. Well, that's going to do it for this first segment. After the break, we're going to talk to a couple of the key members of the Hawk defensive line, and after that, we'll come back and preview this week's matchup against Childress.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.
Welcome back to this segment of the Hawk Insider, brought to you by Texas Bank. We're joined now by two members of the outstanding Wall Hawk defense this year. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and what position you play.
I'm Cohen Braden. I play defensive tackle.
My name is Bennett Branch, and I play defensive tackle.
So let's talk a little bit about this year so far, and then we'll talk a little bit about what's coming up. So obviously, coming into this year, the talk, everybody doesn't know anything, was essentially, we know what the offense is going to be like. We're not sure what the defense is going to be like. I think we've got our answer. I'm pretty sure we got a pretty dadgum good answer by now. But what has been the key to having such a great defense this year?
For me, I would say majority coaching. We are all just a big brotherhood. We all push each other to get better every day, and we all push each other to keep getting past the hard points. I mean, at the beginning of the year, we might not have had the best start to the games. We also finished the games hot. I think that we've pushed ourselves to get a little bit better on that part, so I think that we lived up to expectations we had.
I think we just have good discipline, man, and people were saying, like, we knew we had to step up, and we knew that we were able to do that, you know. I wasn't too worried about it. I knew we had the dogs to step up, and we stepped up.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, it's just been an absolutely – as a matter of fact, early on, I was more impressed with the defense than I was with the offense, obviously because we knew pretty much that offense was going to be pretty good, but, there were some key starters on that defense that weren't coming back. And but yeah, I've just been incredibly impressed. Talking along the defensive line now, let's get there, because a lot of times you guys, I try to shout you out on the air a lot because I know it's not the glory position, cornerback, safety, quarterback, wideout, whatever. But do you guys enjoy more, and I have to ask this just from this perspective, you enjoy more dropping or rushing the passer or stopping the run? Which, if you had your druthers, what would you rather do?
I personally prefer stopping the run because, we get in front of the ball. I mean, they run a power right, power left. You can get in front of the ball, and that's a lot of fun. Counters, putting our skills to use is a lot funner. It's a lot. It's a lot better than in my opinion, rushing the passer, which is also just one heck of a feeling to rush the passer.
You're the first guy to correct your English on there. That's pretty cool. I like that. What about you?
I'm more of a fan of rushing the passer. I mean, there's no better feeling than being in the backfield, sacking the quarterback, just having him on the ground, and you just feel good after, man.
Yeah. So speaking of, you mentioned making plays and whatnot. There was one play against Anthony. I noticed that they ran a screen, and I watched, and I noticed the line stopped because they saw that screen coming. Is that something that's coached and preached and taught? See, now I'm doing it, and taught to y'all?
Yes, sir. I mean, both he and I have been taught pretty much from junior year that as soon as you see the guards drop back, I mean, they let you go real fast. I mean, it's going to be a pass set, and then they just let you go. That's going to be a screen. So, I mean, we're believed, like he said, disciplined. We're disciplined enough to recognize those screens and go after it.
Yeah, same. I mean,
Coach calls it our spidey sense. We definitely, I think it's from working on it, like he said, since junior year. We've been focusing on that, and it's really paid off, helping recognize the screen.
Yeah. So, great year last year. An absolutely incredible year this year so far. What have been the biggest challenges in this season so far, would you say?
I'd say one of our challenges is what I was talking about at the start of the season, starting hotter. Also kind of just getting more used to the back to the four-man front. We both played it pretty much our entire football careers, but I mean, going back to that four-man was a little bit of a stretch than getting all those calls. But I'd say that we've learned and we became more just focused on our defense.
Right.
Yeah, I would say the biggest challenge was just, like he said, switching from three-man back to a four-man. It's just a little bit different style, but it paid off in the end.
Yeah. So going forward, obviously, we're sitting here 11-0 now. through the by-district round. Now we got to get the area round. That's what they call it. What do the Hawks as a team have to do to keep this train rolling?
Keep healthy and just keep going. I mean, we're here on the practicing every day, and we're practicing hard. I mean, the only thing that I think that we really need to do is just continue to practice harder and continue to keep ourselves focused.
Right.
I say just every week we're 0-0 and treat every opponent like they're the best team in 3A, you know? Just treating every team like they're good. Don't underlook anybody.
Yeah. Every fan, and I won't ask you this, but every fan is obviously looking towards one specific team in the playoffs, and we won't name that team, but everybody's looking at that team. I like that mindset that this week we're working on Childress. We're worried about Childress. Is there anything about Childress from a defensive perspective that you are not necessarily concerned about, but that you need to watch out for?
Well, I would say from what we've seen in film and from what we've been practicing, there's short passes. That's really all that I think. But I think that both Bennett and I and all of our other D-line subs and other D tackles, we can get the heat on that passer.
So you think you can bring the pass rush on him?
Yes, sir, for sure.
Yeah, just pressuring the quarterback. Just looking at him in film, he throws under a lot of pressure, and that can cause our secondary to get a lot of turnovers, and that would be good.
Well, that's what we got against Anthony. I mean, what was it, 5 picks? And because that's because of the pass rush. I mean, and I don't want to speak down to anybody, but that was a pretty decent pass rush that y'all had last weekend. And obviously, when you get the pass rush, it puts that quarterback under some distress, and then the turnovers come. 2 pick sixes and 5 total interceptions. I've asked everybody except the guys last week. So I ask y'all, who is the toughest coach out here?
Well, I would say Coach Slaughter.
That's what everybody else says.
Followed up by Coach Warren, I would say, just because, I mean, they're both the guys that we get coached by. And I would say I believe I jumped off sides at Idalou, and that Coach Warren made me regret it a little bit. So I got both of them are really tough, but that also just helps us get better every day.
Yeah. Well, congratulations so far on a great season. Like I said, I'll say it. I fully expect us to be playing the Jerry World in December. I know that's the goal, and walking off that field with the trophy at the end of that. But great season so far. I mean, it's been a blast watching you guys out there, especially that D line. I talk a lot about the D line, and the O lines, because obviously that's where it starts. Nothing else gets done without a pass rush, without guys up front, taking on those blockers. Anyway, but thank y'all for coming on.
Sir, thank you.
Sir.
Stay tuned. We'll be back after this to preview next week's opponent with Coach Slaughter.
See friendship being
Welcome back to the Hawk Insider with Coach Craig Slaughter, brought to you by Texas Bank. So, Coach, as we mentioned in the first segment, 1 game down, 1 round down. Now we face off against Childress on Thursday night at 6:30. Note the time and day change.
Correct.
What do you see in Childress?
Offensively, extremely balanced. I mean, they're actually 51-49 run pass. Again, their quarterback just impresses me. He's a junior, so it's not the same kid we had last year. Dude, that kid will stand in that pocket and try to deliver the ball. And again, that's always, I think, a great trait for quarterbacks to have. I mean, he's made a ton of big throws for them. Just a very competitive team. Their offensive line. I don't think there's anybody necessarily that's 3A first team All-State kid, but all 5 of them, man, they just play hard. They compete. You can just watch in the film. You respect how they play the game. I think we're going to get these guys the very best shot. We've had their number the past handful of years. But each year's a new team, and it's new things happen, turnovers, whatever, and we fully expect that these guys are going to come cranked up. Because that's what we talked to our kids about. If the shoe was on the other foot, how would we take that field? Dude, we're going to take it to go show you who we are and what we got. So they're a proud program, and they definitely have some pieces of the puzzle.
So is there any one player You mentioned the offensive line plays together as a team. Is there any one, two players that really concern you?
There's really not, but they all kind of equally concern you because the ball's so distributed. You know, there'll be 2 or 3 kids that carry the ball. The quarterback, again, is just a tough, competitive kid. That there's really 3 receivers that on the fields we have are clearly like his favorite weapons, and they're kind of spread them all over the field there. So again, just you always worry when it's a balanced team because you can, if I guess horribly wrong, I may have put us in the worst possible spot, but you don't want to not be aggressive either. So it's just again, I respect how they play and what their program's about. It's one of those. Again, very recent memory, some people may not know the Childress Bobcats. That is one of the proudest programs in West Texas. I mean, I know at one time they were top 10 in program wins, and I'm assuming they're still up there somewhere. They played great football there for a long time.
All right. So, didn't have the band this past week there in Pecos. This week, will they be back with y'all?
Hey, wow!
For the game?
I don't want to speak for them, but I'm. Right.
Are you hoping that?
Hey, I'm, and Mr. Moses actually sent an email release out just like I did. So yeah, the band will be there, the cheer will be there. So all the things that go into that experience, we will be there. Our football team, our band, our cheer, and we're excited to have them all back.
Yeah, you mentioned it in the first segment about the band not being there, just being kind of different. I calling the game, I missed the sound of the band. It's just I miss that when the band's not there.
I miss the sound of the band on the field because there's times when you're like talking a little louder than you should, and on the headset I was like, guys, this isn't the best game for me, because you just, I'm a very intense, but normally again you're talking to kids 30 yards away from you that, with all this other noise. And yeah, that was not the most comfortable setting.
Well, while we're talking about the band, shout out to the band for placing ninth. Wasn't it ninth in state
awesome.
Out of what, 160, whatever it is in 300?
I think.
Is it? Yes.
And, made the state deal and made the finals at state. So hats off to them. That's awesome.
And also, while we're doing this, because I don't know how much more of a shout out they're going to get, but a shout out to the Lady Hawk volleyball team. For their run to the state semifinals.
No, amazing. Me and my wife were, we worked Saturday, so I didn't get to go, but I went home in time to watch that game. And I was watching my TV. That's just what a special deal. Yeah. It's an amazing year, and I'm happy for them, proud of them. And
I'm telling you, Hawk athletics, man.
Oh, dude.
Baseball.
There's so much positive going on, and I'm super excited. Just in boys and girls basketball, they'll be successful, and they're just starting. Selfishly, I'm kind of excited that spotlight's about to find our kids in our program. As some of these schools, I hope it's not us. But right now the Concho Valley has many schools in it. Week by week, that's going to get a few less, and you hope that it's this football team, staying in that spotlight and then taking advantage of our moment.
Yep. Well, Coach, wishing you well, wishing you luck. We'll be on the air Thursday, 6:30. But if you can get there, go to Snyder, be a fan, watch the replay later. As we always say, go be there in person. It's much better. But good luck this week. Wish you well. And hopefully we're moving on to round 3.
Let's do it. Go Hawks.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of the Hawk Insider with Coach Craig Slaughter, presented by Texas Bank. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.
At Texas Bank, we believe in the power of relationships. Our roots are our customers, the lifeblood of our business. We're more than just a bank. We're your trusted financial partner, committed to building lasting connections and providing personalized service that exceeds your expectations. From helping you achieve your financial goals to supporting you through life's changes, we're here for you every step of the way. Experience the difference of banking with people who truly care.